Hi, this is Shade Foray with TaxSaleSupport.com. I'm here with Steven Swenson, and this is another one of our Deal of the Week videos here for May.
Yeah, today we're going to talk about Florida tax liens, but before we do that, we noticed that only 15% of the people that are watching our videos have subscribed. So if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and click on the subscribe button. That way you can be notified of all of our videos.
Yeah, it's true. It's a simple thing to do. Go ahead and get subscribed here to us, and that way you'll know as soon as we post videos. Now, like Steve was saying, we're going to be looking at Florida tax lien sales because Florida tax liens are generally offered up in the month of May. The way that it works in Florida is they collect delinquent property taxes. They'll collect property taxes, but if you're delinquent, then they'll issue a tax lien against the property. But those liens are basically sold at auctions so that the county has a way to recover that money faster.
Yeah, exactly. Now, in Florida, they use a bid down the interest rate method, which means that they're going to essentially start at the state maximum of being 18%. And then you will actually bid down the interest rate earned on the tax lien certificate as far as the bidding process. So it would go 18%, 17.75, 17.50 until whoever's willing to accept the lowest interest rate.
Yeah, something else that's different about Florida is that the judicial foreclosure, the foreclosure on the deed, is handled by the clerk of the court. So basically, the county handles the foreclosure.
Yeah, and after a 2-year period, they have a 2-year redemption period. So after that 2 years is done, then you could go ahead and fill out the deed application like Shade mentioned with the clerk of court, and they would go ahead and offer that property up at a tax deed sale.
Yeah, now the first sale we're just going to look at here, actually, is going to be Columbia. And in Columbia, their sale is happening now, basically the 10th through the 28th.
Yeah, exactly. This is an online auction. It's going to be handled by the auction provider, realauction.com. And it's really pretty easy to go through and start researching tax liens. So what we're actually going to do is we're just going to go directly on to our website and click over to the online auction website and start looking at some of the properties live.
Yeah. So what we'll do here is we're going to start off here in the online auction section here of the site.
And we'll go ahead and log into the online tax lien auctions because we're looking at tax lien sales, and then we'll scroll down to where Florida starts.
Yeah, we can see Columbia is actually right here.
Exactly. They're handled by Real Auction, so we're going to go ahead and click on that. Now, if we were to go ahead and get registered, you can see where it says register start here. You'd go through and read the bidding rules and get your deposits in. But right now, we just want to kind of take a look at the tax sale list. So we're going to click on preview items for sale. So the first property or the first tax lien we can look on is let's just look at that very first one. Looks like it's what, a $2,400 tax lien? Is that right?
Yeah, that is correct. And here, what we can see about the property immediately is it is listed as a single-family, residence on, 1.8 acres of land. We've got the full property address on it.
Yeah, in fact, from the map to the right of the property, we can actually see it looks like it's on a river there. Looks like it also has a pretty good value. They're assessing it at around just under $150,000. Now, if we want to look a little bit more into the property, we can see up there underneath the owner property info the actual site address. So we could go check that on Google or Zillow if we wanted to see some comparables. But just looking at this basic information, it looks like it's a pretty good tax lien.
Yeah, well, it has a lot of value there for your $2,400 investment. Your money is very secure. And something else that we could check if we wanted would be to make sure that there weren't a bunch of previous liens. But when it comes to a valuable property like this, people foreclose on it when they get the chance.
Yeah, absolutely. And what Shade's talking about is previous other tax liens on the property. One thing that can happen in Florida is they have a life of lien of 7 years, which means a tax lien can stay valid for 7 years, which means if the property didn't have enough value or if something was wrong, somebody might buy that tax lien certificate, and year after year, those tax liens would add up to where the property no longer makes sense to purchase.
Yeah, in fact, let's take a look here at some others. Here we have, here's one for $858 that we can look at. And as it pulls up here, we can see that this one is actually 141 acres of timberland. They have valued at about $53,000. Of course, that just
Yeah, it's kind of a little bit weird on that part. But either way, we see that this is a large piece of acreage. It has at least $53,000 of assessed value. But also, one thing when we're looking at tax liens, we're just really trying to get the best interest rate return. So if we found an $800 tax lien on this piece of land that maybe we can bid down and win it at 16 or 15%, where the same $800 tax lien on the same value home, we have to maybe bid down to 5 or 7% or something like that. We're going to go with a tax lien on the land because we're never going to acquire this property anyway.
Yeah. Something else that we can determine from this is that this is a first-year lien. And we know that because prior year taxes, there are no delinquent taxes, that are owed.
Yeah.
We can look into the prior history there, if we wanted as well, but we know that everything, all the taxes that were issued were paid except for this. So this is a first-year lien.
Yeah, so with something like this, we're going to be interested in purchasing this tax lien, even though it is based off land, and we're probably going to get a higher interest rate on this type of property than we may be on a single-family home.
Yeah. Look at one more here. We can look at maybe here's a $450 one, and we can see this one also is a piece of land. It's 5 acres, and we can see here as far as how it's located here.
Well, and what we're always looking for is we need to make sure that the land has street access. So we see this property does have street access. Also, the assessed value, or I guess I should say the market value, is usually quite a bit higher than the assessed value. So in looking at our $450 investment, would it be protected by this property? Well, the property has a value of probably at least, $2,140 to $30,000.
Mm-hmm.
And also we could look to see if there's any other additional tax liens on the property, but if not, we're really looking at a pretty safe investment.
Yeah, another first-year tax lien. So again, it would be very secure, very safe investment, and it's almost guaranteed to redeem. And if it didn't, you'd have a chance to foreclose on a great property.
Yeah, let's look at maybe one more, even a smaller dollar lien, $100 lien. So it looks like there's one right there at number 16. Oh, it's unavailable now.
Let's see. There's another one. Let's look at this one. This one's right here, 20.
Yeah, let's look at any of them.
$102. Let's see what this is. So here we go. This one is actually a good example of one we wouldn't want to buy because, it may only be a $100 lien, but you look at it and there's no value because the property doesn't really have any use.
Yeah, exactly. You can't build on that piece of property. You can't do anything with it. So with this kind of tax lien certificate, we would avoid buying this tax lien really at any price because the property doesn't have any value. But then if we go look into the taxes, this is where we can see all of those back taxes. And this is what we call, roll up, or a toxic tax lien, where there's all of these back taxes that have add up to where, to foreclose on this property, it's going to cost more than the property is valued.
Yeah, that is interesting. In fact, this property looked like it already has upwards of $800, in taxes owed on it, I think, is what I saw there, $836.
Yeah, so it's got tax liens going all the way back to 2014, where, this is a property that we would just go ahead and avoid and look for other types of properties. Now, you can find properties in that $150, $200 range that are good properties. In fact, that one that just is unavailable was one that we were looking at yesterday.
Yeah, even this one's a good one.
Good
this one is a $100 lien here for that I just clicked on. I think it was $180, and you can see it's against a property that has good value.
Yeah, well, it's showing a value there of $158. Incredible value. And so even a property like that, your money's pretty well protected.
And it's a first-year lien, too.
Yeah. So with these kind of properties, usually they're going to get paid off. You're going to make back your money, but if not, after the end of 2 years, you could go ahead and start the foreclosure process. And at that point, the property would go to a tax deed auction, and whoever buys it at the tax deed auction will pay you off your money plus the interest rate, the return that you've earned.
Yeah, so again, this has been information we've been looking at with the Columbia County sale here in Florida. on real auction, and they have a lot of great liens there that are going to begin at 18%, and you'll bid down to whoever's willing to accept the lowest bid.
Yeah, go ahead and get registered and try participating. Now, at the deposit, usually you're going to put around 5 to 10% of what you plan investing. So if you plan on investing 10 grand, you'd go ahead and put a deposit down of $1,000.
Yeah, but you can look more into the instructions there on it, but it is going to end soon, so you want to be fast.
Yeah, now if you like our training and you want to learn more, check out our membership program. It really is the best value in tax sale education. We offer a 30-day money-back guarantee, and that's going to get you access to our books, weekly webinars with me and Shade, all of our training, and plus all of our tax sale lists.
Yeah, all that stuff is going to make it a lot easier for you. So, hey, thanks for taking the time to watch this video.
Yep. Again, subscribe and appreciate you watching.